Hello students. So this video is regarding the counseling process of CLAT 2026. As you know, the results for CLAT 2026 has been announced, and through this notification the CLAT consortium has notified that eligible candidates have been sent an invitation link to come and participate in the counseling process. Again, here two things are very important. The notification says all those students who are eligible for the CLAT 2026 counseling process, they have been sent the notification through the registered mobile number as well as the registered email address as well. But the high chances that your number or the email address that you had given initially, you are under this impression that that's the same number on which the notification would come. But it's always better, it's advised to go log in into your account on CLAT page, CLAT 2026 page, and check whether you have been called to participate in the CLAT 2026 counseling process. Once this is done, let's get into the most important part of this video, that is the explanation of how the counseling process will be carried on. So if you see here, there are three things that you have to first remember. There are three kinds of fees which have been mentioned. One is called the counseling registration fees. Second is a confirmation fee, and third is a fee that you have to pay towards the fee of the actual NLU. That means the fee structure and the total fee that you get to see in that respective NLUs page, which will be around 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs, that has to be paid, and that is a third component. So we have three components, right? The registration process, as in like you are participating in the counseling process, for that you need to pay first. There's the first step. Second, confirmation. Third is the college fee. First we'll talk about the registration. For the registration, you are supposed to do two things. As the notification mentions, first you have to give your preference list. Minimum 15 NLUs have to be selected in order for you to qualify that first benchmark, right? With regards to that, how you have to select your preference list, we have already published a detailed article on our abhyaaslawprep website. The link to that particular page is also pasted in the description box. You can use it, go refer to the preference list of the NLUs, right? We have categorized NLU into A, B, C, D, right? Within a category, say within A, there is NLSU, Bangalore, Nalsar. Now, as to within A, how you choose is a discretion of the students. They may take into consideration a lot of other things. For example, the distance of travel, right? Someone who is from Hyderabad or Telangana, they would not choose generally to go to Bangalore, given that there is slight difference between NLSU, Bangalore and Nalsar. A lot of people in terms of the campus culture choose Nalsar over NLSU. Well, that's a subjective thing, and you can choose within that. So the list, the preference list has been posted on the website, and the link to that has been given in the description box. Let's get into the second element. Once you post the preference list, the second thing that you have to do is you have to make a fee payment of 30,000 rupees. That is also mentioned. By doing these two things, you will enter into the counseling process, right? Enter your preference list, minimum 15 NLUs, and second is pay a fee of 30,000, right? Once you enter into this, the dates mention that the first list will be published on 7th of January, and there will be 5 lists which will be published. The dates in this regard have been mentioned in the last page, right? If you see, the entire schedule as to the dates and timings have been mentioned here. So accordingly, first list, second list, third list will come, fourth and fifth list will become. Now if you see the notification, first, second and third are treated in one class, and fourth and fifth list is treated in separate class. This is very, very important, because those students who will get a seat in first, second and third, and if they freeze, right, they will have to make a payment to the NLU, the fee of the NLU, the third component that I was talking about, other than the registration and confirmation fee, that has to be paid by 24th of April. Also, with regards to first 3 rounds, the refund policy is also different. We'll discuss about the refund policy. But for now, you have to understand first list, second list, third list is treated as one class. Fourth and fifth list is treated as separate class, right? So we have been given 3 options here. If you come to the second page itself, it mentions 3 options that a student can exercise in each of the round, and it also says that by default there is no option which is selected. That means in first round, second round and third round, you're called to click on any of the button, and if you don't come and click it will be deemed as if you have exited from the CLAT counseling process and a full refund will be made to you. So suppose in first list I get an NLU and I keep it on floats expecting that in second round my there will be an upgrade in the NLU which will be allotted to me, and say that it did happen and you have moved to a next better NLU in the second list, and if you don't come and again press float or freeze and you just stay dormant, then it will be deemed as if you have exited the counseling process. So at every round, until and unless you have opted for freeze and made the payment, please make sure that you log in on each of the specified date of the 5 counseling rounds and come there, see and exercise the option among float, freeze and exit. At any stage you can exit. Even if you have opted for freeze, you can exit from the counseling process, provided if you exit, as I've told you, for first 3 rounds, by 24th April you have to pay to the college if you have not paid, or if you have exited despite choosing freeze in first, second or third round, if you exit before 8th of May, right? This is very, very important, and it has been clarified in the refund process that if you exit before 8th May, a full refund will be made. Otherwise, the refund to be made will have a deduction of 5,000 rupees, right? I will take you to the particular column so that you can refer to it. The fourth aspect, the fourth title is regarding the refund, and if you see here, if you have opted for float, freeze, or say for that matter freeze only, because with float you will still have chances for upgrade even in the 4th and 5th list. Say in the first 3 rounds you have opted for freeze and now you decide that I don't want this NLU, still you will get a refund provided you do it before May 8th. If you do it afterwards, a deduction of 5,000 will be made. Now what happens is, first list is published, you choose either freeze, float or exit. Suppose I press freeze, that means there is no upgrade that is going to come in future. That means that seat is locked for you. You are not going to be considered for any upgrade. That seat is yours. You have to make a payment by 24th of April. Say I opted for float. Then I go to the second round, maybe I will freeze it there, or maybe I will keep floating till the last round. Generally what the students do, they have this expectation that till the last round also there are chances that there will be an upgrade. In that case, make sure that on each of the date when the list is published, 5 days, you come and opt for any of the option, right? The float option is there obviously till only round 4th, because in round 5th either you have to freeze a seat or you have to take an exit. Right? Again, if you don't do anything, that will be deemed as if you have exited and a full refund will be made in this regard. Right? Now, coming to the other aspects, that is how do you, okay, so there is list of documents. This is also important. I don't think so there is much clarification which need to be brought here, but you can use a comment box as to like any of the category of the documents that you need to submit. If you don't have that, you have to do this while doing the confirmation fee payment. Remember, you have to pay the confirmation fee only when you freeze a seat, right? Now with regards to that, these documents are to be submitted. If you have any problem with regards to understanding what that particular document amounts to, because the state's understanding of what is a valid certificate and the center government's understanding of what is a valid certificate differs a lot. So you can always use a comment box to ask as to what is the validity of certain documents among these documents, right? Coming to the other aspects, fee payment, as I have told you, if you have got a seat in first 3 rounds, that means you freeze a seat in first 3 rounds, you have to make a payment till 24th of April. If you don't do that, that means you have forfeited that seat and there is no option for you to revive that. So make sure if you press freeze in first of the 3 rounds, make a payment by 24th of April, right? Otherwise, if you have decided that I have exercised the option of freeze and now I don't want that NLU, and you don't want to make the fee payment obviously because you don't want the NLU, in that case take an exit before 8th so that you at least get the registration fee of 30,000 that you have paid in full refund, right? Apart from that, as I have told you, freeze float will work till 4th round, and in the 5th round you have to either freeze a seat or take an exit, right? Coming to the important dates at the end, you can always refer this. First list is going to be published on 7th of January. Then the dates have been given to make the confirmation fee payment. Remember, again, this is not college fee. College fee by 24th April. Only confirmation fee by, it says by 15th you have to pay. Second list comes on January 22nd, payment confirmation fee has to be, again, confirmation fee is a non-refundable amount. So that won't be refunded. So make a smart choice. It's always better to keep float unless and until you are very sure that you want this NLU only. Right? Apart from that, third list and the date regarding to third list, and then we have for first three lists, you have to make the college fee payment. Again, the confirmation fee and the counseling registration fee, the 30,000 and the first two components that I mentioned earlier, those two will be adjusted against your college fee. Say 30,000 plus confirmation 20,000, 50,000 you have paid, and the college fee is 3 lakh, then you have to pay remaining 2.5 lakh by 24th if you have taken a seat from first 3 round. Then after a long gap, the next list is published on May of 2nd. Then the dates for payment of May of 2nd is given. Then 5th and final allotment list and this. And even after 5th round, remember, vacant seats which are left even despite the 5 rounds of publication. If you want a seat in vacant seat, it has nothing to do with CLAT consortium. Still you have to take an exit. You have to take your 30,000, come back, wait for the universities in their portal to publish saying that still we are left with vacant seat, and you have to directly talk to or directly in touch with the NLUs. You have to follow the counseling process. And since it's the university, respective NLU with which you have to engage for vacant seats, it becomes very difficult to track as to what are the vacant seats in different NLU. You can't open 20, 25 NLUs web page every day and keep a track of it. Therefore at Abhyaas, we have created a dedicated page where you can see the update of all the NLUs as to how many vacant seats have come out, who can fill it, in what category have they come out. So to remove the chaos around the tracking process of how many vacant seats are there in each of the NLU, we have devised a dedicated web page, the link of which can be found in the description box later. Right, by 3rd round or 4th round we'll make the page, and you can always track the vacant seats from that particular page. With that, we come to the end of the video. You're always free to drop your questions, your queries in the comment box, and our team will reach out and help you out. Thank you so much for watching.